guys, so I had to double check that there are no snakes here. Hope not. I actually wanted to try something new today. And that is talking to trees. Now, I've been doing that since I was very little without even knowing exactly what it was, or for the matter, what I was doing. And I wanted to try it and maybe hopefully make this into a series. Like on here I make a series, mukbangs, ASMR. You know, I wanted to make it like God Journal. I wanted to make tree whispering a series as well. And I was recently reminded because I saw this tree whisperer on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, like I could actually give this a shot, because I've been doing this for a while and like sometimes I didn't even know what I was really doing. It's like talking to trees, like, you know, it doesn't make sense to some people, but everything is connected in some way, right? So while I'm outside enjoying my day, getting some fresh air, you know, vitamin D, breathing some oxygen, you know, the normal stuff, I thought I would spend some time and do this, right? And see what they say, because everything's connected through source, through God, right? So it doesn't matter if you talk to a plant, it doesn't matter, you know, everything is getting its information from somewhere, and that's from source. So this is just one method of doing it. I kind of was warming up my practice because it's been a while since I did this. And so I was speaking with a few trees, and I want to go back and speak to them and kind of interview them again and get my perception. So you're basically going to see me doing that now in this vlog as a warm up. I won't make it too long, but if you guys like it, if you want more, I'll see if I can do it some more and get more information, because wildlife has answers we don't. You know, just spending outside time in nature, taking a walk, you'll just get answers in your mind that you wouldn't just sitting at home. I mean, like, you know, I've tried that. I've meditated at home day in and day out, and sometimes you can only get so many answers, and it works, but you can get even more outside, right? So let's give it a shot and see how this goes, okay? So my first interviewee, I suppose, if you want to say, is this palm. And I asked her, and yes, they have genders, it's a her, what her name was, and I heard Cascadia. Now I didn't put two and two together until I went back home. Sorry, that's a plane flying above just now. Like, there's always the devil trying to interrupt before you do something important. Anyway, so I was like, that sounds familiar. So I went home and I realized the name of like this types of palms and plants are Cascade. Can you believe that? So like, how could I have known that? I had no idea what that was. And the reason I put two and two together was not because that's like their individual name, but there's another tree right over there that said the same thing. I'm like, how could they both have the same name? And then I heard twins. I was like, oh, so they're literally basically like how trees are communicating with each other. They're basically talking to each other, like from a distance, right? And so that's kind of the connection I kind of, just as my warm-up today, wanted to grasp. And sometimes they actually have like multiple of them together. Like this is just one tree, but that one over there had two together and they ended up being twins. And I had no idea until I actually like double checked, like, oh wow, it's actually two of these palms together and they're twins. So, and then there was one like little ant that just like crawled like right here. And they said like, oh, that was their friend. I was like, oh my God, like they're actually speaking. Like it's incredible. So, all right, but I basically what I do is I hold the palm like this, okay, firmly, and I just ask questions. So I connect with the tree. I ask, you know, their name, their gender, you know, and the first thing my mental impression is that it's actually like caressing the other tree. So maybe I want to ask about that. Like, I don't know why, I just got that vibe that I should ask. So, you know, you kind of just vibe with it and you just connect. Sometimes you need to sit here silently, close your eyes and just connect. My eyes are not closed because they're snakes. So, you know, I'm keeping an eye out because you know what happened last time I connected next to a tree. Anyway, so, Cascadia, why are you embracing this tree? Oh my gosh, and look, there's another ant. You see that? See that ant? Oh my gosh, as soon as I said that. I got the word friends in my head. All right, so maybe they're friends. And everything's connected, so we have to realize, like, look how densely packed everything is, and look how green everything is, and look how densely. I'm kind of being quiet because my neighbor might think I'm crazy for talking to trees, but look how densely packed everything is. Now that I think about it, this might actually make a good ASMR video. I should probably do that too. Anyway, all right. I'm just going around, dear Cascadia, interviewing each tree, talking to them. And, oh, she just waved. Did you see that? She went hello. Yes, they can move even without the wind. They're all sentient beings. You can even sit by the trees and, like, gather energy. You can always connect with them. So, like, what message do you have for humanity? I'm just going around interviewing trees. What message do you have for humanity? Immediately she said, connect more. Love each other more. Embrace yourselves as one. She also said vibrate on a higher frequency through me. So she's trying to say, like, through the trees, like, you can actually, like, connect on a higher plane of existence. So I'm immediately more drawn to, like, the spider webs. You see that? So are you also friends with the spiders? What do they do? The ants and the spiders crawling on you? What purpose do they serve? Okay, she just said just beings. So I think she's trying to say, like, they're just being, they're just connecting. Why is it that when I walk my dog, he's always more, like, drawn to the trees? Like, I keep trying to pull him on the grass to go to the bathroom, and he's just, like, he keeps walking here next to the trees. Why is that? Connection. Connection to source. Yeah, the animals feel it. Well, thank you so much, Cascadia, for your time. I'm going to move on to the next tree now. So I'm going to walk over here like the crazy person I am. And this tree is actually named Tom, and I knew this immediately. Like, this is the largest one I have right next to my office here. And Tom, I knew right away his name. Like, I just looked at him, I was like, Tom. I just knew. And so he's a bit hard to reach, but I'm just gonna, like, stand under, because when you even just stand under a tree, like, you feel the magnificent power. But yeah, you can actually, like, reach out and hold him and connect and just say, hi, Tom. Thank you for connecting with me, Tom, the biggest, sturdiest, strongest tree here. You have my connection here. My feet are in your ground. I'm rooted to your roots, dear Tom. What message do you have for humanity today? Oh, he just dropped something. He just literally threw something. Either that was a lizard or that was like a branch or a twig or something. That could mean let go, like let go of any expectations. Let's see, let's connect more to Tom. I think he's saying fear not, because I tend to have fear, like, You know, bugs crawling on me, snakes. Oh my God, something literally just like pinched my toe. I kid you not, and like jumped away. That could be just like a illusion effect, but yeah, I think he's saying like not to be so afraid. There maybe something fell from above too, so I think he's telling me not to be afraid. Oh, I could hold on to this. This is a part of... Oh, that's another tree. Never mind. What other message do you have, dear Tom? He said Thomas. I think he wants to be addressed by a proper name. Okay, dear Thomas, what message do you have for humanity? He said, talk to me. Oh, there was a bird that just flew here. So that was another sign. Spirit likes to send message through animals. You're the biggest tree in this town. Basically, I mean, what is your job here? What is your place here, dear Tom? Guide. He said guide. He's the guidance of the other trees. So it's kind of like a headmaster of the community. So do you kind of fertilize, give nutrients? What do you do? What's your place here? Alert the storms. So he's responsible for telling other trees like when a big storm or like hurricane is coming. Thank you, Tom. I all of a sudden got a beautiful like aroma. Is that you, Thomas? Like a fragrance. It's like a perfumated fragrance. Wow, there's like a perfumated fragrance that just emitted from this tree. And I got the word like peaceful in my head. Sometimes they don't even have words to describe what it is, but I'm just going to trust that he gave me something that I should know. So thank you so much, Thomas, for your time. That was like advanced. I feel like he's like some advanced guide that I don't even have awareness of yet, or evolution to even begin to understand what that means. All right, this is the next one. This is the twins that I connected with. So see, notice that this is also called Cascadia. That's their names. There's that tree there, and there's that tree right there. You see, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's two of them. Okay, they're together and they're twins. So this is, I'm more drawn to this one out of any of them. So like when I walk here next to my garden with the rosemary, this is the one that draws me in the most. So I always, like, even when I walk by, I even unconsciously, I even forget, like, you can actually talk to trees. Like, I always grasp her palms here. And so I spoke with her, and this is where she gave me that awareness that they all communicate within each other amongst this dense forestry. So basically, I mean, look how huge she is. Like, there's more to her. Like, that's all of her. Like, all of that. Like, it's huge. Okay, it's bigger than it looks on camera. But what message do you have for humanity, dear Cascadia twins? What message do you want to tell humanity? She said, ground yourselves. My loves, ground yourselves. She has a very soft, gentle voice. She said, be in me. So I think that means, like, be a part of me, like, connect with me more as well. You know, they're very much about connection and groundingness and divinity here. What else? Why do I feel so drawn to you? Why is it that I'm so connected to you? She said ease of access. I think that means, like, she's like the one that sticks out the most. All right, and a bee just flew by my head, so that was like, I think she's trying to say like passageway, like ease of access. Thank you so much, Cascadia. You are loved. Thank you for bringing about a message today. All right, so let's move on to the next one. I'm going to speak with that one, and I might speak with that one because that one somehow draws me in. You just know when you see one that draws you in lately, that one's been drawing me in. You just kind of know. And I know I said I was going to make this quick, but this took longer than I realized. Watch out for these because you can easily trip. This is the one where the snake popped out. So I actually asked this one, and this one is named Brandy. It's also a female. Okay, a lot of like female trees. And female is mostly the dominant force in nature anyway, so I'm not surprised. But her name is Brandy, okay, so I grab onto like her, I guess her healthier palm here on the top. Again, she's quite enormous, so you can witness for yourself, but this is where the snake crawled. And I asked her, Brandy, why did the snake crawl here like 2-3 years ago when I sat here and meditated and made that video you guys laughed at me? And she said, awaken, like she was trying to wake me up to a realization that something was going to happen, something was coming. So I didn't realize at the time what she was trying to warn me about. And so let's see, Brandy, what message do you have for humanity? Sorry about that noise, that's from over there. They're doing something on the house. It's a Friday, so they're still working on the house. What message do you have for humanity, Brandy? I'm just interviewing different trees. Oh, she's moving. Yeah, she said movement, basically. Movement. A lot of people having to move right now, selling their houses, relocating because of this thing. What is the purpose of this world situation? Maybe you can guide us, Brandy. She said there is no purpose. Continue living. Thank you, Brandy. Yeah, she moved again. She kind of like nodded. She kind of made a wave. So you have to kind of pick up these discrete movements sometimes, because before you know it, you'll miss them and you'll think it's just your mind playing tricks on you. But they're there. They're speaking with us. And as I'm walking around, I'm also connecting with all at the same time. So they're all acquiring their knowledge and wonderful information. That tree over there is literally speaking with that tree over there, right? So they're always communicating as long as their feet are planted in the soil firmly. All right, so I've never spoken with you before, buddy. You're quite young, you're quite tiny. Who are you? Oh my gosh, I literally heard sibling. So I think that's like the sister or the brother of Brandy, right? Are you the... No? Oh, something pinched me. Okay, so what were you trying to say with that pinch? I heard the word beware. Okay, beware of what? Is there a snake here? Nearby. Okay. Thank you for alerting me. And all of a sudden I see some things flying. It could also be a hive's nest, if I'm not mistaken. No? Oh, okay. See, there's like an ant or a spider that just... Yeah, that's an ant. You see that? Yeah. That could have pinched me, so... Okay, I think they're saying just stand near is good enough. Okay, so what message do you have? What is your name? Oh, now I see several of them. Oh, wow, okay. Home. Okay, so I think they're trying to say this is like the ant's home, not to disturb. Okay, I understand. I do see a lot of them. They do make a lot of hills all around, so this is like where their source is? Yes, okay. So, what is your name? Sandy. Okay, Sandy. Well, I see why you're named Sandy. These ants do get a lot of sand from you, don't they? To make their homes. What is that? I'm suddenly drawn to this. Like it keeps pulling me in. There's something, I don't know what that is in particular. That looks like a block of cement. Who knows? I won't even touch it. It could just end up being like a hive. I suddenly see a bunch of these things flying around, so maybe that's where a hive is. I'm just getting an intuition that it's like a hive of some sort. Because I do see a lot of these like fly things floating around now. And it is pretty warm outside. Alright, Sandy, what message do you have for humanity while I'm here? If you want to connect with us and guide us. Okay, she literally just said leave. Alright, I will leave. I don't know why. She's maybe not in the mood to talk, and you have to respect that. It could also be warning me because there could be a creature or some bees or something. I think she's really just trying to be poignant. Is that the right word? Just emphasize. Not to disturb the nature. So I think there's something there. Maybe that's why I'm... who knew? Who knew what that was? I'll leave her be. It reminds me of like a young teenager still in hormones. Maybe she needs a long time. You have to respect that. You know, everything is imperfect. We all had to once be trees before we were human beings. I mean, I saw myself in a past life regression as a blade of grass being eaten by a hedgehog. And that's how I died. So let's connect with this tree. I've never connected with this one either. Hi, dear tree. What is your name? May I connect with you? I may actually have to ask from now on. That was a first. Okay, I hear Cascadia again. So are you the same brand of trees? What do I mean? Well, are you the same brand of trees as the other Cascadias here? Because this is like a third Cascadia. Yes. Okay, perfect. So you are quite enormous. You're in the other corner. And I hardly connect with you. Can you tell me why Sandy was so determined to make me leave? I mean, she pinched me and she made me leave, and she told me to back at a distance. Young. Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. Well, I'll try connecting with her a year from now, maybe when she's more grown, perhaps. But I'm sure she means it out of love as well. I'm sure she's warning me about something there. Yeah, she just nodded. So, can you connect with us and tell us why it's so windy? Why is it so much more windier nowadays than before? Oh, you see that? Okay, people leaving. What does that mean? People leaving. People losing their connection. The trees kind of wafting in the wind to remind them, like, hey, I'm here, right? Yeah. Not exactly. What is it? What should we know? Why is there so much wind? Force of nature. Okay. What is the force of nature trying to say overall? We don't have all the answers. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. I'm just kind of rushing through this quickly. There's one more tree I believe I want to connect down there that came with the house. Well, they all kind of came with the house technically when I first moved in. I don't know about that one. Now I'm kind of hesitant when I see youngins, you know what I'm saying? They don't, if the big one don't have all the answers, the little one definitely don't. Let's see here. Let's see who we can connect with. Alright, this is the one that I actually kind of originally wanted to connect with. And then I think I'll be finished here. So this one is quite wonderful. Piece of a tree, right? What message do you have for us, dear tree? What message do you have for humanity? things will change swiftly. Are we going through this evolution or this shift? Yes. How swiftly will they? 5 years. I immediately heard 5 years. Okay. So 4 or 5 years. Be prepared for the change. What is your name? Brilliant. Well, you are brilliant. You've lasted a long time even without much water. You're at the front of the house. What is the point of you being here? The only tree planted with intent in the front of the house. Why was I so drawn to this house? Nature. Peace and privacy. Yeah. Oh, hug. She literally like raised her arms to hug me and I heard hug. Okay, I'll hug. Hug. Thank you, tree. Oh, she wants more hugs. Okay. Okay, brilliant. Oh, look, she's literally like putting her arms around me. Oh my god, this is adorable. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, guys, that was it. Just double checking, make sure nothing's here. Mount you on the statue. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. I almost got emotional there because it's like you really like felt the embrace and that they want you to be there and to talk to them. And again, this might seem wacko or out there for some of you, but it's something I've been doing as a child, and children are most connected to source. And I had no idea. I was literally like talking tree language, and I would tell my mother like I'm speaking in a native tongue to their understanding, and I just knew, and I would like hug them. I didn't even know when I was like 6 years old, like I didn't know what a tree hugger was. Like I just did it because I just knew. Like it just made sense to me. And I feel like with time and age, the older you get, the more connected and in tune with your younger self you are. I used to be, before all these computers and all this crap in this world, be outside like all the time and like hang out with my friends and like just existing in the nature of things. And we lose that connection more and more with time, and it's very unfortunate. But the good news is you can always do it, right? You just have to sort of do it. And most people are not in the mood to go talk to a tree. And it's not for everyone. I'm not saying it's for everyone. You know, we all have different abilities and gifts. I just feel like this is something I've always been doing, and that's my specific part of my guidance for being here, I suppose, and just kind of spreading the message. So I hope in some way I could have done that through this video today. And yeah, just everything has life in itself, you know? And the tree whisperer said that that the trees all see us as a part of them, as they are themselves, and it's everything is its own connection. And like when I went to the park yesterday, there's these like 3 like trinity of tall palm trees, and I always feel so drawn to them. I even like one time was dealing with a breakup and I sat under one of them and I just felt its embrace, and I was sobbing and like people were passing by and I didn't even care. I was like and I felt so rejuvenated within. I couldn't even explain it. You just felt like a part of the tree in that moment, and that you can always, he told me that tree was a he, and he told me I can always come back here whenever I go through this again. So that was like my reminder. That was like my breakup tree, I called it, like to rejuvenate and bring about the sense of healing within me again. But everything, it's everywhere from the stones you think are just meaningless and decor and have no purpose to the flower near you. It's just, everything is all beautifully, marvelously connected here. So thank you guys. I'm gonna get going.